what's up? Welcome to the courtroom.
I am Theo.
And I'm Oj. And in this podcast, we tell you stories about people's life, liberty, and property.
Kikwentuhan namin kayo about court rulings in a way that will make you understand jurisprudence like a 9-year-old.
And person before the Honorable Supreme Court of Justice shall give an address on the court now in session.
So join us as we delve into true crime, political controversies, and all things started with chismis every week.
Sometime in March 1936, binenta ng mga Dinglasans ang isang 1,631 square meter parcel of land sa isang Chinese na nagngangalang Li Liong.
This land is situated at the corner of Rojas Avenue and Pavia Street, Rojas City, and designated as Lot 398, covered by an original certificate of title.
E di nagkabentahan na nga ng lupa. Kaso, in 1948, etong mga Dinglasans na dating may-ari, nag-file for an annulment of sale and recovery of land against the heirs of Li. Ika nila, hindi daw valid yung sale because ayon sa constitution natin, aliens are prohibited from acquiring ownership of private agricultural land, including residential, commercial, and industrial land.
Umabot sa Supreme Court yung kaso, and on June 27, 1956, the Supreme Court ruled that the sale was indeed null and void. And since null and void, it cannot give title to the vendee, yung bumili, si Li. Although, it does not necessarily follow din naman na yung title will remain with the vendor, kila Dinglasan, since they violated and ignored this constitutional prohibition nga.
In instances like this, the Dinglasans, who is equally guilty of ignoring and violating the Constitution, is barred from recovering the title, which they voluntarily sold naman to Li. This principle is called pari delicto.
Oh, ang bilis. So, tapos na. May decision na pala eh.
Well, yan din ang akala ni Li. Kaso, nung July 1968, nagbabalik na naman yung mga Dinglasans for action for recovery of the same parcel of land. Inaasil pa din nila na the sale or yung bentahan with Li was null and void for being violative of the Constitution.
Nag-file naman ng motion to dismiss yung heirs ni Li on the ground of res judicata.
Wait, ano nga ba tong res judicata, Oj?
Yung res judicata, it means that a matter that has been adjudicated by a competent court may not be pursued further by the same parties. So, pag may final judgment or decree na based on the merits rendered by a court of competent jurisdiction, conclusive na yun sa rights of the parties or their privies in all latter suits, regarding all points and matters determined in the former suit. Kasi nga, di ba, there has to be an end to litigation. Di naman pwede na forevermore kayo nagkakasuhan on the same matter.
Tama, may mga bagay talagang dapat tinutuldo ka.
May pinagdadaanan ka ba, Teo?
Wala naman. Ano yan, mga words of wisdom. So, ano nangyari sa motions ni Li?
Well, denied yung motion niya. So, Li elevated the case to the Supreme Court by petition of certiorari. And on 1977, the Supreme Court dismissed the case, holding that the suit is barred nga daw by res judicata.
Okay, kung sa boxing round 2 na to tapos di pa din tapos yung issue.
Wala naman kasing nananalo sa kanila. Una, null and void ang sale. Si Li di pwedeng magmay-ari since foreign citizen siya. Di naman pwede ibalik sa mga Dinglasan yung ownership since they are in pari delicto. Guilty sila of violating the Constitution when they made that sale na binenta nila yung property sa alien.
At sa usapang lupa, alam naman nating matira matibay talaga. So, on September 1993, 1993, ganun katagal, halos 16 years after the last decision, si Elizabeth Manuel Li and Pasita Yu Li filed for a petition for reconstitution of title for the lot 398.
Wait. Sino si Elizabeth at Pasita?
Naalala mo yung Chinese na binentahan ng lupa, si Li. Li actually died intestate o walang will noong February 1944. So, yung asawa niya na si Mrs. Ang Chia and yung dalawang anak niyang si Li Bunting and Li Bingho.
Li Mingho? Apa ba to?
Li Bingho kasi. Li Bingho. Hindi, yan nga. Basta yun, yung misis niya or yung widow niya tsaka yung dalawang anak niya, nagkaroon sila na extrajudicial settlement sa estate ni Lee. And kasama dito yung disputed land.
Oh. So, asan nga si Elizabeth at Pasita sa kwento?
Ay nga pala. Si Elizabeth Lee, yun yung asawa ni Lee Bing-ho. Lee Bing-ho hindi Lee Ming-ho. And si Pasita Yu Lee naman, siya yung asawa ni Lee Bung-ting. Mga Pinay sila. And nung namatay yung mga husbands nila, syempre, they acquired or shared in the disputed lot.
And ayon sa kanila, noong 1948, nag-issue daw ang Register of Deeds ng copies ng Transfer of Certificate of Title over the property sa pangalan ni Li Leong. However, the records of the Register of Deeds, Rojas City, were burned during the war. Kaya yung mga Li, nag-file ng petition for reconstitution of title noong 1968.
Well, inabot ng ilang dekada and noong 1994, the Regional Trial Court of Rojas City ordered the reconstitution of the lost or destroyed certificate of title in the name of Li Leong on the basis of an approved plan and technical description. The clerk of court issued an entry of judgment, syempre, shortly after that.
But the Solicitor General filed with the Court of Appeals a petition for annulment of judgment in the reconstitution case.
Hala, anong issue ng Solicitor General?
Well, the Solgen contended that Elizabeth and Pasita were not the proper parties in the reconstitution of title since yung predecessor in interest nila na si Lee did not acquire title to the lot because he was a Chinese citizen and was constitutionally not qualified to own the subject land.
So, anong sabi ng Supreme Court? Are the widows of the heirs of Lee entitled to the disputed land?
Balikan natin. Nangyari yung bentahan noong March 1936. During this time, 1935 Constitution pa ang sinusunod natin. And according to our law, aliens could not acquire private agricultural lands, save in cases of hereditary succession. Thus, Lee, a Chinese citizen, was disqualified to acquire the land in question.
And even when the court did not annul the sale of the land to an alien, hindi ibig sabihin valid na yung transaction since contrary pa din ito sa constitutional proscription against alien acquiring lands. Pero ang proper party to assail the illegality of the transaction was not the parties to the transaction. It should be the Solicitor General representing the state.
Wait, bakit hindi yung parties?
Kasi in sales of real estate to aliens incapable of holding title by virtue of the prohibition of the Constitution, both the vendor and the vendee are deemed to have committed the constitutional violation. And being thus in pari delicto, the court will not afford protection to either of those parties.
So, tama lang pala na yung Solicitor General initiated an action for the annulment of judgment sa reconstitution of title. Even if it took more than 60 years, the Solicitor General is not barred from initiating such action since prescription never lie against the state.
That's right. Although ownership of the land cannot revert to the original sellers or the dinglasans because of the doctrine of pari delicto, the Solicitor General may initiate an action for reversion or escheat of the land back to the state.
So, babalik na sa state yung lupa.
Well, in this case, no need nang ibalik sa state yung lupa since the disputed land is now in the hands of Filipinos, which is Elizabeth and Pasita.
Tama. Siyempre, kasi diba, the constitutional prescription on alien ownership of lands of the public or private domain was intended to protect lands from falling in the hands of non-Filipinos. Sabi nga ng court, if land is invalidly transferred to an alien who subsequently becomes a citizen or transfers it to a citizen, the flaw in the original transaction is considered cured, and the title of the transferee is rendered valid.
So, yung subsequent transfer ng property sa kamay ng mga manugang ni Lee na mga Pilipina validates the transfer kasi nga the objective naman of the constitutional provisions is to keep our lands in the hands of Filipinos and na-achieve naman yon.
So, nasagot na ang question on the qualification of Elizabeth and Pasita to acquire the land. Ibig sabihin ba yung request nila for reconstitution approved na din?
Well, bago natin sagutin yan, alamin muna natin, ano nga ba ang reconstitution and kailan to ginagawa, Oj?
Okay. Reconstitution kasi, courtmates, denotes the restoration in the original form and condition of a lost or destroyed instrument, attesting the title of person sa isang lupa.
The purpose of the reconstitution of title is to have the title reproduced in exactly the same way it has been when the loss or destruction occurred.
Ngayon, sa kasong to, pinapa-reconstitute ni Elizabeth at Pasita yung title sa pangalan ni Lee. Kasi meron naman daw transfer of certificate of title na wala nga lang nung gera.
Siyempre, hindi basta-basta pwede magpa-reconstitute ng title. If madali lang, edi sana after nung gera, lahat na lang pumunta sa Registry of Deeds at nagsabing, oops, may titulo talaga kami na wala lang, so pagawa ng bago, please. Hindi naman pwedeng ganun.
The reconstitution of the original certificate of title must be based on an owner's duplicate, secondary evidence, or other valid sources of the title be reconstituted. Sa case na to, yung reconstitution was based only sa plan and technical description approved by the Land Registration Authority and hindi based don sa owner's duplicate. This renders the order of reconstitution void for lack of factual support.
Kasi nga, a judgment with absolutely nothing to support it is void. As earlier mentioned, a reconstitution of title is yung reissuance of a new certificate of title na nawala o nasira. Reissuance lang ng title. Reissuance ng mga bagay na nandun naman talaga in the first place. Nawala nga lang.
Bakit parang may hugot? Mamaya na insights, girl.
Di naman, sismosa to. Sabi nga kasi ng court, a reconstitution, since lang siya, reissuance siya, it does not pass upon the ownership of the land due to the loss or the destruction of that title, di ba? Ibabalik mo lang yung nawala so hindi siya nagko-confer ng ownership.
So, any change in the ownership of the property must be subject of a separate suit. Meaning, kahit sina Elizabeth and Pasita pa ang in possession dun sa lupa, a separate proceeding is necessary to thresh out the issue of ownership of the land.
In the end, the Supreme Court set aside the order of reconstitution of title and dismisses the petition without prejudice.
If you guys like this audiogram, please listen to the full episode on Spotify or on your favorite podcast app, where you can hear our insights on this case. Again, this is Oj.
And Theo, leaving you with a reminder to always look back in history because precedent shall rule the future.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in the courtroom.
Bye!